Okay, so let's get back into Karina's journal. This is amazing stuff.
It really is.
Last time we were looking at, that time riff room at Dromstrony, and now we're going to dive into something even cooler. I think the Drams Roses,
Mm.
those elite female students who are training to become future leaders.
Yeah, it's just incredible to think about this group within Drumstorny being groomed to possibly guide, the evolution of the universe.
Wild. And Karina gives us a really interesting look into their lives, especially one, Drom's Rose in particular, Seed. She's no ordinary student.
That's an understatement. Seed's story is really something else. Ancient power is advanced technology, a drive that could, literally reshape reality as we know it.
It's true. And it all begins with this name, Seed, which is so symbolic, of a potential, but through these intense experiences, that Seed becomes something way more powerful. Seed.
Yeah, and it's almost poetic how that name reflects this transformation. And what I find really interesting is how this evolution is tied to the Centaur Project. This whole mission to create the first AI universal hybrid empress. Seed was designed to be Karina's friend and also kind of like her anchor in this unfamiliar environment of Dreamstrony.
It makes you think, though, how much of Seed's path was actually her choice. The journal mentions these modifications she went through to prepare for this role.
Right. And that's definitely something we have to look into. But first, to really understand Seed's potential, we got to go back to her origins. She's not just some, random elf. She's an Arturian, an ancient witch from the planet Devos.
Devos. I remember reading about that. It
Yeah.
was in one of Karina's earlier entries. It's known for being this brutally harsh environment. It's like survival of the fittest times 10.
Exactly. And the people who live on Devos have adapted in crazy ways. They're known for being super strong and resilient. And they have this almost instinctual mastery over the elements. Imagine just tapping into fire, water, earth, and air, just using your inherent connection to the planet.
Whoa, that's pretty intense. So Seeds basically grew up with superpowers.
Kind of, yeah. But Seed's abilities, they go way beyond even what's typical for an Arturian. She has this really unique gift, the power to travel through time by absorbing and decoding specific frequencies.
I mean, hold on, time travel, that's a whole other level. How does that even work?
It's complicated, but she can essentially tap into the fabric of reality, interpret those frequencies that govern time, and then use that knowledge to shift her position within the, temporal stream. Imagine not just witnessing history,
Right.
but actually experiencing different moments like you were there.
That's insane. No wonder she got the attention of the Centaur Project people. But before she became a Dreams Rose, Seed's life took a really unexpected turn. Karina's journal mentions this incident where she was imprisoned on an alien ship, accused of some pretty small crimes.
It's true. It does seem kind of strange for someone with her abilities, right? To get caught for something so insignificant when she could literally manipulate time to escape anything. There's got to be more to it.
Definitely raises some red flags.
Yeah.
And this is where two really key figures come in. Lucas, Karina's mentor, and Carmen, this powerful ally who specializes in universal energies. They always seem to show up when things get interesting.
It's true. Their involvement is never a coincidence. They both operate on this level of strategic foresight that we're just starting to understand. It's almost like they can predict events before they happen.
Okay, so what were they doing involved with the time-traveling prisoner?
Well, according to the journal, they found Seed imprisoned. And they knew right away that she had all this untapped potential. They saw her not just as this powerful being, but the perfect companion for Karina.
So they swooped in and offered her a deal.
Exactly. They proposed that she'd become Karina's friend and confidant. And in exchange, they would help her unlock her full potential.
Sounds like a good deal. But I'm guessing there were some strings attached.
There were. Seed had to agree to some serious transformations, both physical and mental. Scientists implanted a control chip to regulate her powers. And they did all these genetic enhancements to prepare her for life at Dromstrony.
Whoa. So becoming a Dreams Rose wasn't exactly easy for Seed. It was more like this high-stakes gamble where she was betting on her own future.
And it was a gamble that totally reshaped her destiny, leading her to Dromstrony and right to the heart of the Centaur Project.
It's incredible how it all happened. From this ancient witch to a technologically enhanced friend and protector, Seed's path is definitely not normal.
It's true, but her transformation was only the beginning.
So after all of that, what kind of Dreams Rose did Seed become?
Well, it's really cool how they blended her Arturian heritage with the advanced technology of the Centaur Project. It's not just physical, it's this fusion of ancient and futuristic.
Right. It's like they amplified her natural powers and made her this incredible hybrid. Karina says she's got elf-like features, but with some high-tech upgrades, like those pointy ears. They aren't just for looks, they're radar systems now, constantly scanning for danger and picking up on these subtle energy shifts.
Wow, that's pretty smart. Imagine being that in tune with everything around you. Sensing like the tiniest change in the atmosphere. It shows you how much detail went into making Seed who she is. She's not just a warrior, she's a living sensor.
And then there are these tattoos on her fingers. But they're not just regular tattoos. Karina says they're coded messages, like a secret language that only a few people can understand. And don't even get me started on those hidden fangs behind that innocent smile.
Oh yeah, it's like this mix of beauty and danger all in one, like a constant reminder that looks can be deceiving. It makes you wonder how much of her personality is really her, and how much is just part of this role she has to play.
Exactly. Like she's playing this game where she's both a friend and a protector,
Mhm.
but with this hidden edge that could come out at any moment. And her outfit. Karina talks about this stunning amethyst violet jumpsuit that looks like this sleek dress, but is actually woven with technology to create this protective energy field around her.
Style and substance. Classic Dromstroni. But it makes sense. You're training these women to maybe rule galaxies one day. You got to make sure they're ready for anything.
Totally. But it's not just the physical enhancements. Her mind is incredible too. Karina says her curiosity is through the roof. Like she's always looking for knowledge and pushing the boundaries.
Right. It's probably something she got from being Arturian, but the modifications definitely took it to the next level. It makes her an amazing student, able to just absorb information and see these connections that other people miss.
Yeah, that makes sense with the whole time travel thing. I can't even imagine what it would be like to experience all these different eras. It would change your whole view on everything.
For sure. Seed has access to more knowledge than most people could ever dream of. But it's not just about facts. It's about understanding the patterns that shape reality.
Right. It's like she's got this massive database in her head, but she also has the intuition to make sense of it all, to see the bigger picture and figure out what might happen next.
Exactly. That mix of intellect and intuition makes her super valuable to Karina and the Centaur Project.
Okay, so we've got this super smart, time-traveling, technologically enhanced Drames Rose. But Karina's journal hints at something else too. Seed's got this deep sadness inside her from losing her social mother when she was young.
It's a good reminder that even with all that power, there's still vulnerability. Trauma leaves its mark no matter how extraordinary you are.
I know it makes her seem more real. Like you can relate to her more. It's easy to get caught up in all the superpowers and forget that these Drames Roses are still people with their own feelings and experiences.
Definitely. And understanding that pain helps us understand why she does what she does.
Speaking of that, Karina mentions this term that kind of freaks me out. Dimorosa, which means maiden of death. What does that even mean?
It's like a title, a designation. Seed's been programmed to be this ultimate protector, a warrior who can eliminate threats without a second thought, like a highly trained, super lethal guardian, always ready for danger.
Okay, wow. So she's not just a friend and confidant. She's a weapon, a
Mm.
shield to protect Karina and the Centaur Project from anything.
And it sounds like she's good at it, but there's this tension there. Karina says that even though she's dedicated to the project, Seed secretly wants to make her own world, a place full of beauty and danger and mystery.
It's like there's this battle going on inside her. On one side, she's got duty and loyalty, shaped by everything that made her who she is. But then there's this deep need to be free, to create something that's all her own.
Yeah, it's that classic struggle, the individual versus the group, personal ambition versus the greater good.
It's wild, right? We've got Seed, this amazing mix of ancient power and futuristic enhancements. A protector who can be lethal, but dreams of creating something new. It's like she's caught between two different worlds.
Yeah, it really is. And it makes you wonder, where does her loyalty really lie? Is it with the Centaur Project that made her? Or with this deep desire to build something of her own?
That keeps coming up in the journal too. Karina feels it, like Seed's holding back a part of herself, something that's still untamed.
Right, and that's where the time travel gets even more interesting. If anyone could break free from the present and change their destiny, it would be Seed.
Yeah. We saw how she used her powers to escape from that alien prison. Who's to say she wouldn't do it again if she felt trapped, or if she wanted something different than the Centaur Project?
It's a scary thought, but we can't ignore it. Those same skills that make her such a powerful protector could also make her a serious threat.
Imagine that. The protector becoming the challenger. The student surpassing the master. It happens all the time.
It does. And for Karina's journey, it adds this whole other layer of complexity. Who can she really trust? Even the strongest friendships can be tested when power and ambition get involved.
It makes you think. What if Seed's loyalty to Karina is just a way to get what she wants? What if she's using her position at Dreamstrany to get the knowledge and resources she needs to achieve her own goals?
That could be. She's smart and she seems to like chaos. I wouldn't put it past her to manipulate things to get what she wants. She's always thinking ahead.
But then there's that sadness she carries, that loss from her past. Could that be the key to understanding her? Maybe she wants to create a world where that kind of pain doesn't exist. A place of beauty and wonder as an escape from the harsh reality she's faced.
That's an interesting thought. Maybe it's not just ambition driving her, but this deeper need to heal, to make a reality where loss and suffering aren't the main things.
Yeah, that would fit with her being Arturian. They're all about nature and respecting life. Maybe Seed's ultimate goal is to create a world that reflects that. A world of harmony and balance.
That's a really compelling idea, but whether her vision matches up with the Centaur Project's is still a mystery. The journal hints at some growing tension, like the forces controlling Karina's destiny might not be so good after all.
So where does that leave Seed? Is she on the side of good? A protector, guiding Karina to her true purpose? Or is she a wild card? Someone who could disrupt everything?
I think it's somewhere in the middle. Seed's a really complex being. Ancient power, technological enhancements, and this personal desire to create. Her path isn't set in stone, and her choices will have a huge impact.
Yeah. It reminds you that even with time travel and these massive empires, it's still the human element that matters, with all its messiness and contradictions.
Absolutely. And as Karina continues her journey through Druechyn and tries to figure out her own destiny, she's going to have to be careful and maybe even a little bit ruthless.
I know. The line between friend and enemy can be so blurry, especially when you're dealing with power and ambition, and when time itself can be changed, the stakes are higher than ever.
This deep dive into Seed's world has been fascinating. So many questions and so much to look forward to.
It really has. Thanks for joining us as we explored Seed's story. Until next time, keep those journals coming, Karina.